Hello, Living in Boulder vlog. I think I skipped a day. I don't think I did my video yesterday. This is for September 6th, 2019, Friday, 1:25 p.m. Um, actually, didn't do my video yesterday. Yeah, that's what I just said, but I actually didn't sleep last night. And, don't know what time I got up yesterday. Can't remember, but yeah, I think my sleeping is kind of intermittent or something like that. So I don't know. I'm not tired now. I'll just keep working. And so the thing I'm working on right now is the 500-year page. I call it the 500-year page because it's 500-year column, and with my timeline, it's usually 100-year column, so it expand by 5 times, and that's 2,500 years across. And I have two of those pages. I have it from 3000 BC to 580, and then 580 to present. No. 3000 BC to 500 BC, and then 500 BC to present. So for 10,000 years. And so that's the one. That's the one that I'm working on right now. But I'm building my original timeline along with it. And I'm actually only recently just getting it looked how I want it to look like. So it's fun to put together because it allows you to look at it in that perspective, the 5 times expanded, which is fascinating too. But yeah, I just recently figured out how I wanted it to look like, where it's all the colors color coded by countries. I didn't have it like that before. I didn't have it with the dates on both sides, top and bottom of the horizontal timeline. As I look at the timeline and it gets more developed, I suddenly realize I need certain things added, and then so I have to add it all again. And so yeah, hopefully I'll finish that today, and yeah, and then put some more in. Yeah, the step would be just dump them in. I'm glad that I didn't try to do them all at once because I didn't have it right the first time. I was trying to have them all, the countries, all the kingdoms dumped together instead of color coded by the countries for some reason at the beginning. I was doing that with North Europe, so I had to redo it a bunch of times. And yeah, so what I'm listening to is still Indo-European speeches, lectures, so I can remember more and more of what they're talking about, so I can be readily plug it into my timeline. I'm really happy that there's all this detailed information from the geneticist that's recent, because now I can fill in that ancient part of my timeline. I was kind of worried before. I was like, did I make it go too far back? But now I can dump it in with the whole, everything from the Holocene epoch for the beginning to the end. All these we have a whole story. It's pretty cool. I'll put it together. Like there were, just to explain it really quickly, there were like the original white people were originally from, I think we would say, from the Altai Mountains where the Denisova Cave is. That was kind of where a lot of different hominids were from. And then the white people turned into farmers, who then went into Europe, killed all the hunter-gatherers who had dark skin, but they had blue eyes, and it was the white people who had the dark eyes. And so then that created the white people of today and the Indo-European language. And the Denisovians still exist. I think in the Southeast Asian, the can't remember what they're called, but the people from like Papua New Guinea, and I guess Aborigines, have those, and they have the most widespread genetic makeup too, because that's where the origin of humanity from 75,000 years ago, a lot of it came from after the Toba explosion. I guess before the Toba explosion. Anyway, I haven't plugged into my timeline yet all of the different hominids. So the way the way that my mind works, the way that my mind works is the more work I do on my timeline. Once I build it on my timeline, I can have it learned, memorized in my mind. So, so yeah, I'd like to do that soon. I want to get going a little bit more on these 500-year segments because it took me forever to get it right. Yeah, I jumped into it without realizing what I want it to look like, and but so I'll do a little bit more on that. But that, yeah, definitely, I want to pump in the hominids in my prehistory timeline. I didn't. I thought that I did that. I put so much in, but then I didn't realize I didn't put that. So, um, yeah, I still have some more time, like another week until my website doesn't look totally screwed. I went over to my mom's house today, and I wanted to show her my timeline, and I went to the BC. I was kind of showing her the zoom in and zoom out of the timelines, time dimensions, and I went to the BC timeline, and it didn't have the link there to get to the other parts of the timeline, like the BC, because I wanted to go there, and I was like, okay, well, there you go. Like the first link I went to, I saw Boo Boo where I couldn't go anymore. So I'll have to try to hit that. Yeah, so I'm still kind of, trying to fix everything from all sides as it's coming together from like this crazy, barely built stage it was when I was working on it. Yeah. I was working on my timeline when I was living out of my car up until the end of 2011, and I would have kept working on it, but then my car broke down, and that's when I started working on other things. So it's kind of like my excuse of why I got distracted and left it alone for so long. I'm sure there's lots of people who were when I was doing my living in the van vlog in 2011, who were looking at that, super excited about my timeline. I was in a Starbucks in Seattle, and some lady just walked in. She's like, because I guess I was vlogging, and she could hear what Starbucks I was at, because I said which village, which part of Seattle. Some lady walks in, she's like, oh, hi, Kyle. I'm a fan. Here's a $15 gift certificate for you, and then walked off, probably because of my timeline, and then, so then like 8 years later, people are like, why is this timeline in the same exact freaking development as it was 8 years ago? So I'm happy I'm finally starting to get movement on that. I got super distracted. Anyway, yeah, super fascinating. Listening to this ancient DNA and Indo-European lectures over and over again. Yeah, I kind of want to memorize what's going on. Yeah, so anyways, that's enough talking. I'll try to do the video tomorrow. I didn't do it yesterday because I was just doing so many different things. But the computer's fast, so that's awesome. Keeps me going. The computer's like as fast as I am, not too much sitting, spinning. It used to be so bad like that 10 years ago. Anyways, talk to you tomorrow.